Welcome to this practice. My name is Jaina and we have a Vinyasa flow together. This practice will be a little bit of everything and you should leave it feeling pretty good. Let's meet in a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And as you arrive in your down dog, you can just start to pedal out the feet. One heel down, the other heel will lift, so you get the stretch in the back of your legs, the calves, and the hamstrings. Take a moment to get settled in. If the hamstrings feel a little bit tight right now, welcome to have a little soft bend in the knees. I'm taking this moment here just to arrive and land into this practice, into your body. Letting the awareness shift to the breath so that we have more of this conscious breath. Let's lift up high onto the balls of the feet and let's go ahead and tiptoe slowly to the top of the mat. Go more slowly than you want to. Keep the palms pressing down. And see if you can get your feet all the way in between the hands. Once you're at the top, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, hands either onto the mat or onto your body, wherever you can touch. Feel the spine really nice and long. Notice where you place weight in the body, so a little bit more forwards. So then you feel a little bit more stretch in the back of the legs. And let's take a forward fold down, Uttanasana. Of course here, bend your legs as much as you need to. Can you move the forehead towards the shins? Keep lengthening the sit bones up and the crown of the head down. And then on your next inhalation, we'll lift the arms all the way up, 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 up. Look at thumbs. And bring the hands to center of the chest and by the sides. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, the arms lift up. Exhale, breath diving down into the legs. Inhale, we lengthen halfway. Fully place the hands down and stepping back to plank, paying attention to which foot you step back first, and then we alternate on the next round. Push the ground away, pubic bone towards the belly button. Lengthen the sternum forwards, crown of head forwards, and press the heels back. Use your legs, lift the kneecaps up, quads are engaged. Take an inhale, modify as needed, knees can come down, and we meet all the way down onto the ground. Bhujangasana Cobra, feet press down into the ground, arms are by the sides of the body. Roll the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift the chest. You can have the gaze forwards, allow for the shoulder blades to melt down the back. Keep pressing the feet into the floor. And let's guide ourselves on back into that down dog. Spreading the fingers wide. Allow for the chest to move in the direction of your ankles. Really push the hands into the ground. The head of yours is relaxed and keep the gaze nice and steady. It could be in between the feet. And however you want to get to the top of the mat, whether again you tiptoe, maybe you step, or welcome to jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift at the top, lengthen. Exhale, breath to fold into the legs. Inhale, breath, lift the arms all the way up, look at thumbs, and hands to the center and by the sides. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, diving down, matching the movement with your breath. Inhale to lengthen, placing the hands down, back to plank. Switching the feet, if you remembered, inhale, exhale to lower. This time, upward facing dog if you're ready. Allow the shoulder blades to melt down the back, lift the chest, use the legs. And pressing ourselves on back, downward facing dog. As you arrive in your down dog, feeling out the body, kind of putting it into place. And then can you shift the attention to your breath? Let the breath circulate through you like it's going on a journey through all the energetic channels through the body. However you get to the top, step, tiptoe, jump, float. Take an inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Hands to center by the sides. Last time, inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, diving on down. Lengthening halfway. Hands come down, back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, going back. See as you press your hands down into the ground, tone through the abdomen, keep lifting the sit bones up, finding that length in the spine. And can you press the shins back, pressing the thighs back so you feel the legs are super strong, super engaged. Let's come to the top of the mat. Step, jump, float. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, breath, lift the arms all the way up, hands to the center, and bringing the hands down to the heart space and by the sides, Samastihi. Bring the feet together, chair, bending the legs, Utkatasana, sit the hips back, reach the arms up. Tone through the belly, lower ribs in so that tailbone of yours can automatically move down. Inhale, find a little bit more space. Exhale, maybe sit a little deeper. Inhale, find that little bit more space. Gaze is forwards. Exhale, folding on in. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Placing the hands down, coming back to plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale to lower chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, we go back downward facing dog. Virabhadrasana 1 on the right side. The right leg lifts back and up. And then floating that right foot forwards to the inside of the right thumb. Left foot comes down like a 45-degree angle. And we're coming on up into Virabhadrasana 1. If you need a little bit more space for the hips, right foot a little more to the right side. Right hip back, left hip forwards. Bend that right leg a little bit more. Arms lifting up. If you can, hands together, look at the thumbs. Circle the arms all the way back behind you, interlock the fingers. Can take the right foot a little more to the right side. Move the shoulder heads back and lift the chest. Take an inhale here. Exhale, humble warrior. Forehead down towards the ground. The right ear to the inside of the right ankle. See if you can bring your right butt towards the midline and keep pressing into the outer edge of the foot. Really nice. Hands come down to the back. Inhale, the arms lift up, back into Virabhadrasana 1. And the exhale breath, taking the arms on down and then coming back to plank. Setting the hands up, taking an inhale here. And exhale, slowly, slowly lower all the way down to the abdomen. Hands come by the sides of your body, Shalabhasana, locust. Tone through the abdomen, press the pubic bone down. And then we lift everything up from the floor. Lift more through the back of the head. See if you can lift the thighs up, lift the chest up that little bit more. Hold for 1 more inhale. Feel that strength through your back body. And exhale, coming down. Arms come by the sides of your body, tucking the toes, lifting the kneecaps up, or have your knees down. We're pressing back to chaturanga. So spread the fingers really wide, squeeze the hands in towards one another, shoulder heads back. And then let's see if we can press ourselves back up to chaturanga. Hold for a moment, push back up to plank, and downward facing dog. Other side. So the left leg lifts back and up, and stepping that left foot on forwards. Right foot comes down, Virabhadrasana 1. So getting the legs all nice and set up. Again, you may like your left foot a little bit more to the left side. So you can bring that right hip forwards and the left hip back. And if you can, the hands come together, looking at the thumbs. So if the shoulder feels a little tight, then the arms can go a little wider. Circling the arms all the way back behind you, change the interlock of your fingers to the more awkward way, and take that left foot a little more to the left side so we just have some space. Lifting the chest, take an inhale. Exhale, bring the body forwards and soften down the head. Arms reach away from you, bring the left butt towards the midline, looking back towards your right foot. Hands come to the back, and your inhale breath will lift the arms all the way back up. And exhale, hands come down to the ground. Again, let's come back to plank. Spread the fingers wide, press the ground away. Take an inhale. And again, exhale, we come all the way down. Taking the arms back behind you, interlock the fingers, move the shoulder heads back. And again, we come up with to Shalabhasana, but with the hands bound. Take the hands away from the butt, pull the hands back towards your feet, lift through the back of the head, can point the toes back. Can you lift the legs up a little higher, and can you lift that chest up a little bit more? Lifting through the back of the head. One more inhale. And exhale, coming on down. Coming into chaturanga, spread the fingers really wide, tuck the toes, lift the knees, roll the shoulders back. When you're ready, let's go. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hold for a moment. And then press back up to plank and downward facing dog. And just notice and feel the heart beating, how you breathe. And coming to the top of the mat, whether you step, jump, float, we come on up. Take an inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, folding on in. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Hands to center. And by the sides. Garudasana, eagle. So taking the feet a little bit wider, shifting the weight to the right foot. You can have a little soft bend in the knees, and then we'll take that left leg and cross it over the right. Maybe the foot just stays by the side of the calf. We'll see if we can hook it behind. Sit the hips back, squeeze the legs, arms come forwards. Left arm under, right arm on top, wrap up the arms. Elbows in line with shoulders, hands away from the face. Squeeze the arms, move the arms away, sit down a little bit more. Can you focus the breath? And then pushing down through that right foot, lift the left leg up, and we're transitioning into Virabhadrasana 3 with the arms bound and eagle. Point the toes down, kick the heel back. Tone through the abdomen. And can you extend out through your hands, through your foot, the crown of your head. And then we're going to transition into Virabhadrasana 2. So stepping that left foot back, windmill the arms on up and adjust the feet as you need to. Heel alignment. Relax the shoulders back and down, looking to the middle finger of your right hand. Let's reverse it, left hand down, and the right arm up and over. And then we'll windmill 2 hands down to the ground. Spin up the back foot, left hand down, and the right arm lifts up towards the ceiling. And then let's melt down the left knee to the ground. You can take your right foot a little more to the right side, and you could just have your right hand reaching back. See if you can pick up the left foot and catch hold of the foot if you can, without any sort of struggle or twisting the left knee anywhere. Maybe hold on to your ankle and then press the foot back. Open up that right shoulder, lift the chest. And then we can press that left foot a little bit closer in. So you can bend the elbow, allow for that left hip to soften. Can you bring your left heel towards the butt and then can lower the left hip towards the floor, the left thigh towards the floor. Gently, gently release the foot, tucking the toe. We'll lift up the left knee, take the right foot a little bit more where it was. Right arm lifts on up. Come to the outer edge of your left foot and your right foot either halfway along your mat or stack it on top for Vashisthasana. Lift the hips. Try and keep both hips in the same line, looking up towards that right hand of yours. Hold for one more breath here. And as you exhale, circle the arm over the ear, stretch the fingers forwards, and then we'll take that right hand down and then the left hand. Take an inhale and exhale to lower. Inhale, lift the chest into upward facing Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, and then we go back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. All right, from here, bring the hands just a tiny little bit closer towards each other. And then the eyes of your elbows spin towards the ceiling. And see if we can lower both forearms at the same time to the ground. If the elbows went out a little bit wide, you can bring them in a little bit more. Spread the fingers wide and relax the head, so in dolphin. Maybe walk the feet a little closer in. Move the chest in the direction of your ankles. Allow for the heels to soften down. Keep pressing the hands down into the mat. Good. And we're going to look forwards. Have a little soft bend in the knees. We're going to jump forwards. And as we jump forwards, you're going to lift the elbows up. So when we're ready, 1, 2, 3, take a little hop to the top. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And hands to center. And by the sides. Other side, feet the distance of the hips, soft bend in the knees, Garudasana. Crossing the right leg over the left this time. And then either hook or just have the foot by the side. Arms come forwards, and we'll have the right arm under and the left arm on top. Elbows in line with shoulders, hands away from the face, and let's sit the hips back. Squeeze the legs in towards each other, squeeze the arms. And the breath slow and steady. Okay, and then let's push into that left foot. We'll lift the right leg up and we'll come into Virabhadrasana 3. With the arms bound, point the right toes down, like you spin your right pinky toe down and kick the heel back, so strong and active leg. Lengthening out through your heel, the crown of the head, your fingertips. And we gently release and we'll take ourselves into Warrior 2. Adjust the legs and opening out the arms. Relax the shoulders, bend into that left leg, look to the middle finger of the left hand. And reversing it, right hand down, the left arm up and over. Keep pressing that left knee forwards. And then 2 hands come down to the ground. Spin up the back foot. We'll have the right hand down, left arm lifting up. Right knee melts to the ground. Take the left foot a little more to the left side. Toes can turn out. Welcome to stay here. And without any sort of struggle, if you can bend your leg and find the foot, grab it. And then kick the foot into the hand. Open up that left shoulder. And you can start to bring the heel towards the butt. And for that to happen, you can shift your hips back a little bit and you can bring your heel to the butt. And then from there, bring the hips down. And gently, gently release that right foot of yours so it's not a surprise when it comes down. Right hand presses down, left arm lifts up. And you can take your left foot a little bit more to the center so you can spin your right outer edge of the foot down and stack your left leg on top. Modify as needed. You can have your left foot out in front of you. And lifting the hips, make sure that both of your hip bones are in the same line. Push into that right hand, squeeze your right bicep. And let's float the left arm over the ear. Stretch the fingers forwards. Hold for one more inhale breath. And the exhale breath, so we can take that hand down and make sure that both hands are in the same line. Push the ground away. Take an inhale here. Exhale to lower chaturanga. Inhale into Adho Mukha. Exhale back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, the hands can come a little closer towards each other. Eyes of the elbows spin up and we can bring the forearms down to the ground. Can bring the elbows a little closer together. This time, spin the palms so that they're facing up. Relax the head, press the hands down, move the chest in the direction of your ankles, and maybe walk the feet in a little bit more. Keep moving the chest in the direction of the heels, the ankles. Allow the heels to soften down. So just a different rotation for the hands and feel it in your shoulders. Just another couple more breaths here. And let's go ahead and bring the knees down to the ground and sit the butt back to the heels and can bring the palms onto the thighs. Take a moment to breathe. For our back bend, we're going to come into Utstrasana, Camel. So coming up onto the knees, and just make sure that the knees and your hips are in the same line. We keep the inner thighs engaged rather than the legs moving outwards. And let's tuck the toes. Shoulder blades down the back. Feel the chest lifting. Take the hands behind the back. Fingertips can face up. And with the palms of the hands, can press the sacrum downwards. And it kind of feels like there's a little bit more space there. Squeeze the inner thighs in. Really lift the chest up. So welcome to just stay here. If it feels okay, maybe the hands come back and you grab onto your ankles. Can you press the hips forwards, lift the chest? If it feels okay for your neck and the neck is healthy, you can take the head back. Make sure to breathe. And let's take the hands to the back. Slowly bring yourself up, chin in, and take a momentary pause. We do it one more time, and particularly as we come up, try not to kind of like fling yourself up, slowly coming back. Take the hands behind the back, fingertips can face up or down. You can press the palms down, hips forward, squeeze the inner thighs in. If you can, grab the ankles, press the hips forwards, shoulder heads move back. So the thumb is on the inside, 4 fingers to the outside. Maybe take your head back. hands to the back. Slowly come up. Sit the hips back to the heels. We'll ease our way into child's pose. If you like, you can stack your arms on top of, hands on top of each other and rest the forehead. If it feels okay, then you can let your hands soften and come a little bit more towards the ground. Let's start to bring ourselves on up. We'll move to the side. All right, let's keep that left leg of yours down. The right leg crosses on top and adjust so that both of your sit bones are down on the ground. And let's hug that right leg, like we're moving the right knee towards the left armpit. Right hand can come by the side, inhale, and exhale to twist. Keep the right elbow a little bit soft, so then as we move into the twist, it has this quality of being light. If you want a little bit more, then your arm can come across the leg and we can twist that a little bit more. And if you want to take the bind here, you can. So your left arm turns in, taking the left arm through the hole in between the legs, and maybe it can find your right hand or the right wrist. Lifting the chest and then letting the body turn. Otherwise, however you are in the twist is perfect. Try not to let the practice be a struggle. Good, let's come back to the center and we counter pose to the other side. You can stay up high or come down a little bit lower. And then let's take ourselves on up. All right, switching the legs. And one modification that I didn't mention on the other side is that you could have your legs straight, particularly if the legs they don't want to stay as they are when they're here. Okay, so you can adjust the sit bones so they're down. Pressing the left foot down, we lengthen up. And then first, let's hug that left leg in, left knee towards the right armpit, and then returning. Keep the left elbow soft. If you want a little bit more, then your right arm can come down over the leg. And if you want to experience a bind on this side, go for it. So we internally rotate the right arm. See if we can take it through. And then we maybe the left hand, the right hand can find each other. Lifting the chest and then looking over the right shoulder. And letting that go. And let's counter pose to the other side. Can either stay up high or come down a little bit lower if that feels good. And then we'll come on up and just release the legs. Can have the legs out in front of you, can give them a bit of a shake. All right, let's take a wide leg forward fold. So just stretching out the legs. They don't have to be like super wide. If you want to sit up on a block, go for it. It just helps the pelvis to tilt, or like a cushion is also fine if it's a bit of a thicker cushion. And flex the feet. You can have the hands onto the hips and feel how the pelvis can move, right? And so we want the pelvis to be coming forwards. Please flex the feet and have the toes pointing on up. And then we can start to walk the hands forwards. And again, any amount that's okay for your body today. Maybe it's a little higher. Maybe you ease your way in a little bit lower. If you want a little bit more, maybe you hold the outer edges of your feet and can fold in a little bit more. Just another few more breaths here. Pressing into the feet, we'll start to bring ourselves up. Hands can come underneath the thighs. And then we bring in the legs. Let's come to lie down onto the back. And let's take a twist. Arms out into a big T shape. Legs into tabletop. And let's guide the legs over to the right side. And welcome to have the legs as they are, or if you like to take your legs into eagle, you can. So you could wrap your left leg over the right. If it feels comfortable, you're turning your head to the left side, or you can always look up towards the ceiling as well. And let's go ahead and bring the legs on back to the center. And we'll do that same variation on the other side. Either the legs stacked or you can have them crossed. And either the head towards the ceiling or go ahead and look to the right side. And then let's come on back to the center. Alright, so then from here, right ankle onto your left thigh. And then we'll bring the legs in. The legs are like a figure 4 shape. Right hand through the center and can hold onto your left hand either behind your thigh or on top of the shin. Can flex your right foot, move the right knee away from you as you hug in the legs. And if you like, you can just shift the weight a little bit to your left side and you should feel a little bit more into the glutes. Welcome to stay here, or if you want to straighten your left leg, you can. Hands could be behind your thighs, your calf, or maybe you can reach to the foot and then flex the foot and just bringing the leg in. See if you can keep the back down on the ground. And then we can go ahead and bend the legs back to tabletop, and we switch left ankle onto the right thigh, left hand to the center, holding onto your right hand. Flex your left foot, move the left knee away from you, and then could move just a little to the right side. See how that feels. From here, we'll start to straighten that right leg if you like, holding behind the thigh, your calf, maybe reach for the foot. But let it be without any sort of agenda or needing to get anywhere. Just let it be completely with ease. So that we can breathe and be in this moment. Gently let go of the foot and we'll hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a squeeze and really hug yourself in like a tight little ball. Use up a lot of muscle, create a lot of tension here. Take a final inhale and exhale. Let's open out to our very final pose, Shavasana. Legs can go on either sides of your mat. Can adjust the tailbone so your back is comfortable. Wriggle down the shoulder blades. Take as much space as you like. Your eyes are closed and keep the face soft. The mouth and the jaw are unclenched. And just allow for yourself to completely relax in your Shavasana so that every cell, every muscle, every bone can absorb all the efforts you've made. And just let yourself to relax. start to bring more of your awareness back. You can take a final stretch. Roll to the side that feels more open to you, left or right. You can use your arm as a pillow and the knees in towards the chest. Let's bring ourselves into a seat. Let's have the hands onto the knees. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders on back, lengthen up the spine. In the final moments that we have, just noticing how you feel, your body, your breath, as well as your mind. And from here, let's bring the hands to the center of the chest, to the heart center. And thank you so much for your practice today. See you next time.